Hi, it's Peg and Des on
Love and Hip Hop New York.
So I am back, and I cannot wait to talk about this crazy show. Peter Gunz, you have disgusted me in a matter of 2 weeks. Before we dive in, remind you guys to please subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
And leave us comments. I want to know what you think about Peter Gunz and his situation.
What situation? What situation? A situation is where you lose your bus ticket. It is not where you have a woman at home with 2 children and you are married to another with a lisp. I just don't understand what is going on in my man's mind. But I do know this week he had more gas in his car than a little bit, because he flew across town when Rich Dollaz told him that Amina was on her way to the party Yandy was throwing.
So I understand Peter Gunz. He's trying to have his cake and eat it too. The people I do not understand are Amina. What are you doing? You're going to be with this dude? He has a family that he goes home to every night.
Right.
And then Tara is accusatory. She knows he cheated on him and cheated on her in the past.
Right.
And she's still sticking with him. And she is going to get her heart broken. She is going to get her trust violated. It's like a train that you see coming for her and you can't stop it.
I said it in the first video about this episode. I am so sick and tired of this sacrificial baby mom. I just am over that story. But I will say this, hoes be winning, because Amina was able to get Peter Gunz to marry her, which is quite interesting.
I was shocked when last week when she
I was like, is that one of those Muslim marriages people do in their living room? That's what I was wondering.
When she lifted up her top and she had Mrs. Panky, I was like, what?
She was like, I'm married.
Ooh, this situation
is the gift that keeps on giving.
I cannot wait. And the fact that Amina has let this man tell her week after week, next week, I'll tell her tomorrow, I'll tell her soon, and you're just still putting up with it?
Let me tell you, there was this gospel song that my mother used to play in the car in our Buick. And the song was, I'll give my life tomorrow. Talking about, I'll give my life to Christ tomorrow. And the guy keeps singing about how it'll always be the next day. It'll be tomorrow, until tomorrow never comes and you die. And you go to hell. Now, maybe it's not that extreme in this situation, but that was exactly what I thought about when Peter was like, tomorrow.
Well, you know what's funny about Peter is that you could tell he's living in a prison of his own making, right? He's caused a situation that is causing him a lot of stress now, and it really struck me that that's what people do, right? And now his son is gonna go to prison, and he's following his father's footsteps, and now Peter's like, oh, when he was a kid, I shouldn't have behaved the way I did. Just having the last name Gunz for one thing was a problem, and hiding a gun in his stroller. Now he's sins of the father, and I was just like,
when that son said to Peter, you should be proud, I was like,
of what
kind of alternate, non-expectation having universe are you living in? Are we really talking about because of the music, you should be proud, right? You got me in the studio. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, there's nothing to come good of the situation. I can't wait for the fireworks next week. Can we please move on to my favorite part of the episode, I'll start with Rich Dollaz and Yandy meaning to talk about their new label. They're scouting talent. They talk about Amina. That's how Yandy finds out about the situation. Yandy's reaction kind of cracked me up, like, why are you telling me this? I don't want to know this.
She does this every single season of this show. She gets involved in some foolishness and then tries to play like she had no idea what was going on. Like, always doing the most.
And then Rich Dollaz talks about how he's heard about another potential new talent, Naya,
the bald-headed stripper,
who is supposedly the best rapper in New York right now. And he goes to check her out, and she proceeds to dress him down like she knows him already.
It was so crazy. I mean, she had such an indictment on his behavior. I was like, is your rap name Judge Joe Brown? What in the world is going on right now?
She was like, you're cornball. Google Rich Dollars. It's gonna say cornball. You're a cornball.
Right. Asking him, what does he do? What have you done except sleep with your artist? I mean, granted, Rich Dollars may not be the Quincy Jones of our generation, but at the same time, Naya the stripper, I've heard of him, but I hadn't heard of you until last night.
No, but she had a point though. She was like, the only reason people have heard of you, your relevancy, is because you sleep with your artist, and the only dreams you make true is one-hit wonders. And I couldn't help but laugh.
You should be only but so blessed to be a one-hit wonder. Tone Loc is somewhere right now in a cafe near you, still doing the same songs from the 1970s.
But Naya would probably take Tone Loc's manager. She's looking at Liv's career, and Liv's career is not hot. And so
I feel like that's not fair to Rich Dollars. I feel like if Liv had cooperated with Rich, she could have gone a lot further because she can actually sing. It's just that miserable attitude, those dry songs that she does, and she's a mess.
That's part of the manager's job.
Please tell me that you don't remember how hard Rich tried to get that girl to come out of her shell and stop with that plastic BS that she kept giving the world.
He did try, but he didn't do a good enough job. So she just dressed him down. He's like Erica Mena, known for nothing. Liv, known for nothing. I don't want you, goodbye. And she cracked me up. Did you notice her scars?
Well, who couldn't have? I thought she had dropped an iron on her chest.
So I read that she has some notoriety for a few years ago being cut in a club, like her neck and her chest, like slashed by somebody.
Somebody was trying to kill her.
Yes.
Because that scar went from here, so that was definitely a death slash.
Yes. And she has owned it. She has started a record label named Our Cut. And I look forward to seeing what she's going to come up with.
I don't.
I liked her.
I don't. Erica Jean and Saigon. Saigon, the underground rapper.
First, I was very confused when they started showing him. There's too many new characters for me. I didn't know who these people were, and I didn't really care. I will say that I feel like their views of what happened and how they got a child were very different views.
His explanation was some of the craziest mess I've ever heard. He steps in the I was like, did they do the confessional on different days? What in the world?
Yes.
How could you say that in order and think that? Like, he says, she and I were hanging out one evening,
right,
and we both decided we wanted kids. So we decided to have sex, conceive a child that evening, and that's how the baby's here.
But
at the same time, I also have another child on the way.
Right.
So what about wanting kids with that lady?
Well, no, he was basically, I think he was saying I was involved with that other lady. Come to find out she was pregnant after I'd already decided with my friend to have a baby.
But why not try to have a baby with the lady you're with?
I can't crawl into the mind of these idiot fools.
It was a mess. That was a mess. And then he kept saying, my baby mother.
Yeah.
I hated my baby mother. Found out he was from the Bronx. I said, of course.
But he was very proud of his fatherhood, that he had done the stand-up thing. Guess what, folks? That is your responsibility. There's nothing to be proud of. That's just what you're supposed to do.
No, dudes out here be getting Father of the Year for going to the park. That's it. That's it. Come up with some child support and get me a Nobel Peace Prize.
And then he gets advice from Peter Gunz to get a paternity test.
But my favorite was when Peter told him to get a paternity test, and it dawns on him that when he goes places with his other child, people say, y'all look alike. But when he goes places with his son, no one says anything.
Right.
That's known as the human DNA test.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Really, dude?
I'm not really invested in these people. I don't really care. We'll see if I get invested in them. But right now, I could care less about their baby drama.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like they'll just be a sideshow that the show will probably show less and less of. Joe and Tahiri. We actually forgot about them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like Joe is very lame this season. He's forgettable to me.
Oh, please, don't wait for it. He will turn up. Joe does not disappoint.
The one thing that I will say about that situation is this. I really hate it that these men start out with, I don't want you to have a career, I don't want you to work, because all they want to do is make the woman dependent on them, and so that when they start pulling their crap, she has no exit. because her whole life is based around some stupid man.
She wanted to study a script so that she can go to an audition, and he said, you need to make time for us. Really, Joe Budden? And I was looking at Tahiri, I was like, I really hope you're not thinking about that, because you got about 18 and a half minutes of fame. You better capitalize on it.
She is thinking about it, because she wants her relationship to work. She's waited 9 years to be with this fool again. And I was disgusted with him. I was like, shut up. And Tahiri, go do whatever you need to do.
I would love to know what that movie is. I was wondering if it was an adult film.
No, it's probably one of those straight to DVD hood rat, you know.
Mama stole my car.
Right.
Part 7.
Exactly. But do you, Tahiri? Do you, girl?
Get checks.
Get checks.
Like Yandy says, I love to get checks.
I love that he said that. You know me.
I think that was everybody for this season. Or this episode, excuse me.
That's right.
I felt like a season kind of happened. There's just so much activity every episode.
Everybody's looking for their dollars.
Shout out to Mona Scott Young.
Mona Scott Young, I'm loving you.
Winning. All right. Make sure to check out the other videos on our channel and to like this video. Leave us some comments. What do you think of P. Gunn's foolishness? Do you care about Saigon?
Yes. Do you know anything else about my girl Naya? That's what I want to find out about.
From Cut Off Records. All right, I'm done. That's it. All right, everyone. Bye.
Bye.